The peace plan which he negotiated 12 years ago with Abbas was never accepted by Mahmoud Abbas himself. Abbas himself, by the way, was last elected for a 4-year term in 2005, and therefore he himself has absolutely no legitimacy. So this was a meeting with a Palestinian leader who was last elected for 4 years in 2005. We're now in 2020, and on the Israeli side was a convicted criminal who resigned 12 years ago and who offered a peace deal which was rejected by Abbas. So this was completely surrealistic.
Right, and then and then Mr. Olmert, he wrote this editorial in the Jerusalem Post, and here I just want to read out. He says that I do not currently hold any public office, I do not profess to represent any political group, I'm not in contact with Benny Gantz's Blue and White Party, etc., etc. I mean, this sort of verbose explanation that I don't have any political incentive to be pushing this plan, to be like a spanner in the works. What is your take on that? How do you interpret this?
Well, in fact, yesterday, Ehud Olmert asked for the president of Israel, Reuven Rivlin, to erase his criminal record, which would enable him potentially to run again for office. There are rumors, in fact, that Ehud Olmert is planning a political comeback. So, and that seems to be confirmed by the fact that he had the president, as I said, to erase his criminal record.
Right, and also here, the plan itself that Mr. Ehud Olmert gave in 2008, which was not accepted by Mr. Abbas then, and now we see Mr. Abbas sort of endorsing this, agreeing to having discussions on this. I mean, the plan doesn't seem very different in detail than from what the plan, what President Trump had proposed.
Well, the differences, there are some major differences, in fact, between the Olmert plan and the one submitted by President Trump. And that has to do mostly with the issue of Jerusalem. The 2008 plan submitted by Ehud Olmert agreed to a partition of Jerusalem and to some kind of international sovereignty over the Temple Mount. The Trump deal, on the other hand, talks about maintaining Jerusalem, including the Old City and the Temple Mount, under Israeli sovereignty, while there would be a Palestinian capital in the eastern and northern neighborhood of the city, and also in terms of the territorial swaps. The plan of President Trump talks about much larger swaps on both sides, both Israeli annexations in the West Bank, but also Palestinian annexation in the border with Egypt, in the Negev, in the desert of the Negev. And these are the two major differences, I would say, between the two plans.
Right, and Hamas has come out to criticize Mr. Abbas's move, saying that this is based on illusions and delusions. What is the incentive here for Mr. Abbas to be even endorsing this or being part of this?
Well, Abbas, as I said, not only rejected or did not accept, to be more precise, the 2008 plan submitted by Ehud Olmert, but he also rejected the peace plan offered by the Obama administration by Secretary of State John Kerry in 2014. Now, you have to understand that Abbas, on the one hand, rejects all those offers, and on the other hand, is trying to keep himself relevant by meeting with Ehud Olmert and trying to come back to the offer he rejected in 2008. The problem with Abbas is also that politically he cannot afford to sign anything with Israel because his regime is weak, he's not legitimate, as I explained. His term as president of the Palestinian Authority ended in 2009, and we're now in 2020. His regime is corrupt. It is extremely unpopular among the Palestinians, and therefore he has no mandate, no authority to sign anything with Israel.
Right. Mr. Emmanuel Navon, thank you so much for joining us and giving us your opinion there. Here we have Mr. Moin.